Hello everyone, it's Rabbit. We're doing some ladder replays of Starcraft Broodwar. I have stopped procrastinating and gone and downloaded a brand new pack of replays of games played in September and October of 2025. So we are on Litmus 1.1 and we have a Gypsy game. Now I am not a Gypsy fan. I think he is a bit of an asshole, to be brutally honest, but I did stumble across this game and I felt like it looked interesting. I don't know who the Protoss player is. What I do know is that all of the replays that I downloaded are 2300 plus MMR, and we have done some various game types that we've been after. I've not cast a game yet on Litmus 1.1. But I have seen some games played on this map. It's obviously quite interesting because of the double gas. And it looks like our Protoss is feeling cheesy, shall we say, with a nice proxy gateway right in the natural of the Terran. And up he comes to say, hey, how you doing, fella? So, yeah, man, recording this game on the 4th of November. So I have one video out on YouTube at this stage. I have 12 that are already loaded onto YouTube and scheduled, and this is the third one that I have just recorded and still needs to go through the workflow of editing and thumbnailing and uploading and all those good things. So we are getting into it. I think it is going to take a little bit of time for the channel to revive. Gypsy's response to this is to go with a 2 barracks reply, so this is probably going to be some sort of marine medic, I would imagine. I don't know exactly what units our Protoss is planning to try and kill Terran with other than zealots, so we'll keep an eye on the production tab. We'll probably keep this main panel up because I think it will serve what it is that we're trying to do here, looking at zealot health and stuff like that. So first zealot comes in, first marine pops. We are not macroing anything and we're about to get ourselves supply blocked as Terran. Not ideal. And the zealot's got plenty of health. Yep, kills an SCV, runs away. This supply block on Terran is absolutely brutal. It was really such a bad mistake. Stuck on 18. And this depot is just, anyway, it's causing him major strife because now the second zealot is going to be arriving and he's only going to have 3 marines, so it's going to be a micro battle. This pylon has been harassed quite extensively by that SCV, now trying to choke up the ramp, which I think is a good response for sure. All that really needs to happen is that this pylon gets targeted down, but he seems to be running back and forward. One semi-healthy zealot, one not targeting down the pylon is a good option here. I think it's going to be over. This gateway harassment does engage and still hasn't killed this pylon. Oh no! That is such a bad micro blunder. He lost all those marines with like less than 100 hit points to go on this pylon. I don't think this zealot's going to do much, and the Protoss has all but actually sacked this. This tactic with the zealots was just to buy time. He's made a forge behind this and setting his first cannon up. So he's basically just got one gateway forge, cybernetics core, and he's making the core just before the gateway gets destroyed, and then he can remake the gates. So apparently one cannon kills a bajillion marines. I've heard this said. I haven't actually seen this happen because Terran going bio against Protoss happens so seldom. So here we go, we'll see what happens. Couple of probes going down, first cannon in the game. Uh-oh, there we go, 2 shots of marine. Jesus, okay, that is actually pretty effective. Okay, so 17 plays 18 workers. The gateway hasn't been destroyed yet, but it will be, and then I presume Gypsy will just take an expansion, and we'll see where we go from there. He's making a depot and an academy behind this, so there does seem to be a commitment to bio here, perhaps an all-in not wanting to play a long game. Protoss, on the other hand, seems to be progressing, getting a gateway. Probably this is a robo. So if you do scout that it's Marines, which the Zealot would obviously be signaling back to our Protoss, the option I think would be to go Reaver. So let's see if that's what happens. I think once he retreats back to the safety of the cannon, making a second cannon just in case. Based on the number of Marines he scouted, I think that's a good decision. Dun, 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 near, near. Another Zealot here, so just playing Zealots for the time being. And a backup pylon in case this one gets targeted down. Lots of Marines here, just rallying down two at a time. So I don't know if he faked this. In other words, he built the command center and then cancelled it, but the Zealot scouted the Marines anyway. And that's why the extra cannon was made, so it didn't really have too much of an impact, but looks like Gypsy's just building up to a timing here. The scouting probe wants to try and wall through here maybe, or what I call... Okay, so he's just got a spotter there in case you want to backstab with a vulture. Alright, I don't think we need our panel anymore. These Zealots come out, see a bajillion Marines and go, ah, no thanks, we're good. A couple of Marines, a couple of medics have arrived. So this could be the big attack. Let's see. Making a third cannon to be safe. Reaver's on the way as well. I think once this Reaver pops, it's GG. It's a very strange all in here. So he is going siege mode. Pulls in. Does pull a few workers as well. Knocks down two of the cannons. Pulling the probes though. Holds back. This cannon is nearly done. Couple more. Bring in some tanks as well, because this is like a tank marine all in. Another Zealot on the way down. It's literally just two gateway. And here is our Reaver. So he's picked up the Reaver. I'm just going to keep an eye on where he drops it. Zoop. Ooh, siege tank time. Let's see if there's a bit of micro along the way here. So sending in some Zealots, drops the Reaver. First Scarab doesn't do much. Sees target down the siege tank with a Scarab. Oh, two Scarabs and that's that. Boof! There goes all your Marine. Oh, absolutely wrecked. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. I have another game that I want to show you. I just thought this one was quite fun, so stay tuned. There is more to come. Okay, this time we are on Metropolis. It is also a PvT. It's between a Protoss player that I don't know and a Terran player with the alias SCV. I've actually come across a few of this guy's games. I've got some nice long macro games queued up of his, as well as this, which, small spoiler alert, is going to be a best of 3. So these 3 players are going to play each other 3 times in a row back to back. The games will be short, they will be interesting, and they will be incredibly fun. So I definitely think it's worthwhile watching, especially if you are a cheese all-in type enjoyer, because that's what it is that we are going to be showcasing today. This is the first game I've ever cast on Metropolis, so it's a chance for me to get a feel for the old map pool. The pylon is in a conventional place, so no alarms yet, that's for sure. So yeah, by the time you're watching this game, I probably would have had a reasonable amount of feedback as to what it is that people are looking for. I've been checking out the scene a little bit more in terms of Broodwar content, and yeah, I don't think there's any specific link between the videos that get the most views and what's being cast. I think there's certainly a connection to the caster. Like Artosis almost has this like cult following that watch his games, which is cool, good for him. And all the others are kind of just plodding along. So I will take on board, but I think I'm probably just going to target quality, fun games. So it'll be less about the who is playing and more about just showcasing good StarCraft. So just really, really fun, epic games, you know, like massive split map macro games with really interesting builds, big fights. And then every now and again, I'll do compilations because I really do like showcasing ladder shenanigans. So that's kind of what we're seeing today. It's going to be a little bit of ladder shenanigans. Speaking of which, where is this probe going? It's either a very late scout or something is up. We do have a zealot coming down, potentially now to also scout. So our zealot's going somewhere. Presume our zealot's going to scout this position. And when he sees the command center, which has been done, I don't think the Terrans actually scout them, to be honest. He's maybe gone blind here. Yeah, he's sending out his scouting SCV. I was going to say, he's just gone one Marine blind command center. A bit risky. Probe does see that he's done that and goes straight up to this position, potentially to... Nope, he's going to make a proxy pylon, potentially a proxy robo. We'll keep an eye on that. And our first zealot is going to come and be a pain in the neck. Ooh, this bunker is quite a long way from being complete. Oh, if he can get the SCV, it's going to be really painful. Oh, gets one of the Marines. Oh, and gets the SCV. Oh. Oh, these micro battles are hysterical. Alright, so we're sending down a goon and another goon. Do we have two gateways? No. Why is it that there was... Oh, I think the one goon, these goons were chasing away the SCV that was scouting. Yeah, he's got a kill. Alright, well the game's up. The gig is up. The SCV sees the proxy shield battery and robotics facility. So he knows exactly what's coming. Question will just be, can he respond? So his solution is to continuously make Marines. So he's going to make more than the standard 2 or 3 that goes into the bunker. Our Dragoons are going via this way. Oh, then we're pulling the boys. We are pulling the boys. This is action right from the beginning. So SCV is like, I'm really not interested in you having a robo. So I would like to kill it. Man, the vultures come through here as well. Bunker. Well, if this bunker goes up, I think it's over. Let's target down almost all of the Marines that were going to go in there. One does survive. And the singular Marine's not going to have too much impact, but the micro on these Dragoons has been really decent. This game is chaos. These Dragoons clearly have range because they're hitting the bunker. And the shield battery here is really proving to be valuable. But he has enough Marines to counteract this. There is a Dragoon on the way here and another probe. This goon may have a bit of a tough time getting up the ramp. He's just going to fire from up with there and put some pressure on our vulture, who's probably got one more hit on him and then he's done. Hits the SCV. The Reaver, by the way, is nearly 3/4 complete, so this is kind of make or break. Oh, goon pops. There's too many goons here, not enough SCVs. He needs to send a tank, but I don't think it's going to come in time. I do believe this somewhat chaotic cheese has worked. Our robo's got enough life left in it. Targeting down the tanks. Needs one more, I think probably 2 more shots on this tank. One more shot will do it. There goes our tank. Here comes our Reaver. Our Reaver needs a scarab. And he's going to walk down here, and I think that's going to be that. Oh, there's nothing in the bunker. Oh no! He's trying to get up to the ramp. And I pulled all the SCV. Oh, this is so good. Tank is dead. Nothing in here. And Reaver's going to crawl. A good old crawling Reaver. Oh, that was cool. So these players kept going. They played another couple of games. So let's check those out. Okay, this time we're on Polestar, another new map for me that I haven't yet cast on. Same two players are playing. We would obviously be rooting for our Terran player here, just to give the series a bit of balance. I always like to have deciding matches and things like that. But we never know. I don't. I do sometimes test the replays just to check that they aren't corrupted. And also, if it's a short game, I have to just check that it isn't a like rage quit or a MMR Smurf tank or something like that, which, believe it or not, does happen. I found 2 games between Royal and Snow where they the winning player actually left the game to tank his MMR, and so I was really annoyed about that because those were games that I was potentially going to cast that I then really felt that I couldn't or shouldn't. So yeah, that's all I really do, is I check that they're good, and but I don't watch them at 16x and decide, yep, this seems worthwhile, and that's that. And I only do it for the short ones. If there's a 25-minute or a 35-minute game, I just hope to be pleasantly surprised that it's going to be an entertaining one, and that's our very, very complex content strategy, guys. You know, free advice here. Enjoy. Okay, so even though I am the Protoss enthusiast, I do, just for the sake of keeping things interesting, I do want our Terran player to win, just to, you know, balance life and all those fun good things. Where the hell are you going with your SCV? You're just scouting now. This is a pretty normal scout timing, actually. I don't know why I'm like overthinking everything here. He's making his barracks. So it's, yeah, scouting on 12 or so makes sense. We'll keep an eye on our mate, the SCV, and then our friend sending out his scouting probe. And then he's sent him back. He's hidden this pylon here. You see this? I've never seen that before on a map where you actually cannot see a pylon behind this tower, but there it is. Fascinating. Okay, so we are going to cross. So it's what's called an N or a Z scout, depending on how you want to look at it. Got our lonely marine here chilling. Factory on the way, so all very standard stuff from our Terran. Okay, so the Citadel is tucked away. I want to see the... Oops. No. Sorry, I was trying to turn off the vision here of SCV, but he went up this way and down. He did not come here, so I don't think he scouted this. Oh, and his probe sees the command center, which is exactly what you want to do when you're cheesing. It's a really quick Templar archives. I mean, he's done this pretty optimally. Would have seen that it wasn't spinning when he scouted, so potentially suspicious of that. Although there's no academy, there's no eBay, there is nothing. Templar archives on the way. Dark Templar started immediately. He's researching mines, so that is a small glimmer of hope. Making 2. It's actually a pretty standard open. You can, as long as you're expanding, you can use this pretty effectively. Does have the Marines. No bunker. And it's coming by now with his Vulture to scout. We'll keep an eye on what our DT does. Oh, walks past. Don't know if he saw the blur. We'll see. There was a mine or two. There's the eBay. Pulls the workers. It's attacking here, but the DTs are defending. And he cannot really mine. He does kill that vulture, that was pretty good. I reckon he thought it was over. Ah, man. I'm really sad that our Terran didn't win that one. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. They play one more time, this time on Metropolis. And I got a feeling that SCV is super tilted now. Same day, these guys have all played each other. So let's see if what he has in store for a cheeky, cheesy, filthy Protoss opponent. What cheeses can Terrans even do? Like, there really aren't that many available, I must say. It's not a very easy to cheese kind of race. You know, I mean, you can do the middle of the map double barracks, I guess. That's about it. And you can do 2-fac, which is not really cheese, it's just bad. Uh-oh. I think I have wished something into the ether. He is scouting before making a barracks. So we are getting a 8 racks. Okay, well. SCV's had enough. He's had enough of trying to play macro games against this Protoss bastard. He is getting into cheese mode. He's going to go double racks in the middle of the map. And it is going to be entertaining, that is for sure. Now is only making the depot, so this is a very like non-economic build, shall we say. So where is our probe going to go? Is he going to scout this? Nope, he's going to go straight past it. He's taking the standard path. I think if he scouts this, he'll actually scout Terran last, which will really help Terran's case here, because he just seems to be doing a standard build core, although his other open looks standard and he just opened DTs. Okay, so now Terran's just scouting at a relatively normal timing if they spawned here and doesn't find him. He is scouting this way, so he's actually going to scout the Terran last, which really helps this build's impact. SCV, who was building one of the other racks, is now going this way. They've crossed each other, and so that's going to be weird. So he decides, that's very clever. I don't know if you spotted that. The SCV walked past the probe, so instead of going into the base, now the gig is up. If the Zealot sees, but hang on, you had an SCV there. How is it that you've also got an SCV here? That's going to be a sign, and he sees the bunker, so he sends the Zealot back immediately to try and thwart the bunker being built. And another SCV has arrived along with our first set of Marines. So how do you like it now, Mr. Protoss, when you are not the cheeser, you are the cheesy, right? The guy getting cheesed. How do you feel about that? This bunker is really, really close to completion. Okay, the bunker has been completed. But our Marines have... No, there's no Marines inside. No! This is such a horrible choke position. But I think he's going to be able to force his way in here. Our Protoss is just making another Dragoon behind this and getting range. He's having to pull a lot of workers. Alright, now all of them are going to get into the bunker. And that is going to be the end of this gateway. He's not making DTs or anything else behind this. He's actually not mining any gas. He's down to 10 probes. Terran is absolutely all in here. They've got 6 SCVs and that is it. Just a full commitment to this. Only a probe's going to go scout what's happening behind this. So it does pull back his goons. Down to 4 workers each. Holy crap. Reckons that his marines can take out these goons with a bit of decent micro. Although he's got 3 of them. Really has to kill the gateway. No money. No money. It's going to target down the remaining probes. 3 and 2. This probe's got how many kills on him? 1. That's insane. There's nothing being built out of this gateway. He's got 2 probes left, one of which is in his opponent's base. Another marine on the way. He's sending his remaining SCVs back here to mine, so he can kill the last goon, which he's done, and he gets his revenge! Bit of a messy cheese one, but that's fun. Let me know if you like these compilations. There's plenty of these fun games to be found on the ladder. And I really enjoy making these little compilation series. So if you enjoy watching them, please do let me know and I'll make more of them. Till next time, I'll see you soon, and I'll promise you I'll be making the regular macro games as well in between. Alright, see you guys, bye.